Good morning or good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, honorable judges. I stand here proudly as the first speaker of the opposition team to impose the government team argument. It's an honor for me to stand here and to give my argument. And now, the motion is about that a political competency test is necessary for political candidates before running for office. Now, as the opposition, I highly disagree to this, so I'll explain the flaws of your argument and why do I am certain that political candidates not necessarily need political competency tests before running for office. First, you said that people need to get a driving license before they drive in the streets to keep safe the people in the streets. So, that politician should also pass a test to make sure that they are capable to lead a people or a nation and give a beneficial policy. For example, by passing a sociology, economics, and law test, because teachers and doctors needed to pass a test to work, so important jobs like politicians should too. But jobs like teachers and doctors are a technical job, while politics are not about science, but instead a representation of public values. And now for my first argument, that the government team stated that this test ensure candidates understands basic governance. But democracy isn't a job application. It's about trust. We should let the people to decide whether if they care or not that the political candidates should understand and no macroeconomics, etc., or basics governance. It's up to the people to decide. In politics, whether test experience is more important. For example, a head of villager or a rural activist has spent years, maybe 10 or 20 years, organizing a village. Maybe they will not pass basic economic tests, but because of the experience, they will fully understand about the local struggles, poverty, system operation, and meet the people's needs and wants. Theories that are written in textbooks or tests are not always relevant and helpful in facing real field work problems. Problems like pandemics that are sudden and major problems like that can't be answered by merely theories. So, a real leader must possess high empathy that understands the people's pain and committed to justice. They don't seek power, but they are ready to serve. So, they do fully understand what the people need in this current situation. The best leader asks questions. They consider multiple perspectives. They are humble enough to change their mind and make the best decision, the new decision, if another new evidence appear. Politicians know how to speak to both the people and the parliamentary. They must build the trust around them. And remember this point, that politicians never work alone, but they build strong teams of experts, listen to the advisors, and create a participatory system. So that's why I think social skills based on their personal experiences is more important than a test. And second, this policy is anti-democratic and elitist. If only the people who can pass the test can lead, we make technical knowledge as gatekeeper. This betrays the basic premise of democracy, that any citizen, regardless of their academic ability, have the right to present their community. As I said in the first point, not all representation comes from books. This test will inevitably reflect classics, urban, or majority assumption. And what if, I will repeat, not all representation comes from books. Even the tests are neutral, they still will inevitably reflect classics, urban, or majority assumption? And what if the tests are biased? Well, it will lead to more non-transparency. And third, this policy can't guarantee to prevent bad governance. Trump had access to experts, advisors, and academic briefings. He is also an economic expert, but his decision, like implementing extreme tariffs, were not because of ignorance, but because of ideology and personal interests. A test wouldn't stop that. Similarly, many corrupt authorities leaders would have passed the test easily. Knowledge doesn't guarantee moral integrity, wisdom, and accountability. Instead, strong governance comes from strong institutions, free media, and civil engagement. So, if even corrupt leader and politician can pass the test easily, how about the leader that really gained the people's trust? They will not have any chance. And what if the test is being intervened? So, the other politician that gained the people's trust will have no chance. And the last or the fourth, for the apathy of vote. The root cause of voter apathy is not the absence of politician tests, it's corruption, broken promises, and lack of transparency. A test will not solve that. It could grasp out who actually earn a public trust through life experience, not exam. Even if some votes change taste based on charisma, democracy means representing public choice, not controlling through a barrier. This solution to public nihilism is now civil education and engagement, not restriction. So, in conclusion, the good leader must have the empathy and the public trust so they can fully understand what the people need and want. They must give informed decision, integrity, and consistency, and they will represent the reality of the life. So, that's why I strongly believe my argument is fundamental to this motion. Thank you.